Correct. Non. Oups, on est live. OK. Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue en direct sur 99media.org. Hello everyone, welcome live on 99media.org. Aujourd'hui en direct du carré Cabot. C'est la 10e marche pour les femmes disparues et assassinées des Premières Nations. So today on our website, this live stream is the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women 10th Annual March. Tu l'as sorti, que je suis live?
Yeah. Question. In terms of equipment, other than the camera, what does it take to make a live stream?
Actually, you can do it all from a cell phone now.
Okay.
Just with a cell phone, you install the Ustream app, and you can stream right from a cell phone.
Okay, just data plan.
Yeah, exactly. Just the data plan. Or else you could get. There are a few cameras that are direct link to Ustream, but you need to go through either your cell phone as a hotspot, or as I've got, a mobile router.
Okay.
It's same as
just like a cell phone, I guess.
Just like a cell phone, exactly. As small as a cell phone.
Got
and
a SIM card in there.
Exactly.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It's a really cool thing that you're doing.
That were like trying to find you guys out here. But they were like, I was like, come with me. Like I'm rushing there and walking as fast as I can. But they were like, no, it's alright. We tried. So.
Comment? Et où? Elle est là. Ça va, toi? Ben oui.
Un peu fatigué, là. J'ai ma nuit de pas de sommeil dans le corps.
Oui, puis t'étais à la grande bibliothèque de l'autre côté, en plus.
Ah ouais, non, mais il y avait le lancement du Forum social mondial. Dans un petit peu. Puis après ça, on pourrait ici.
Comment est-ce qu'elle va?
Ah, bah, c'est pas bien, mais j'ai laissé avec son papa aujourd'hui.
Fais-tu ses nuits?
Des fois non. Je sais pas si faut faire ses nuits ici. C'est se réveiller en plein milieu de la nuit.
8 heures, collègue. 8 heures.
Bon, tu sais, 4-5 heures. Après ça, alors, je me réveille 1 heure. Je vais changer sa couche. Après ça, un autre 4-5 heures. Là, c'est papa qui s'en est.
Tag your it.
Là, demain, ils sont pas au travail. Fait que je sais pas comment ça va virer. C'est moi qui va. Hey, how you doing? I was saying how tired I am. She wakes me up and then she goes.
The joys of parenting.
Totally. The best.
Well, that's the thing, parents. Babies are natural.
Oh, yeah. Or even when they get older, 10, 11, 12, they're still alarm clocks. Believe me on that one.
Well, right now, my cat George is my alarm.
Oh, on va y aller. Traverser sur ce bord-là. Alors, petit échange rapide avec des gens sur place. Dont Mélissa Mollin-Dupuis sur la joie des nouveaux parents.
Well, skana go waka. Kawano that's huge jats. Kan waga ni to waga tacho. Kan wax kare wake. Honekadi one use supaya tesa. Ahageli nagatadi. Ni yahi to wake wanoto. So I wish you all a good morning. My name is Kawanodas. I'm from Ganawage and of the Bear Clan. I have asked Creator to give me permission to use a language that doesn't belong to me so everyone can understand the prayers today. So I ask you all to bring your minds together as we thank Creator for everything He has left here on earth. At the beginning of time, everything on earth was given a responsibility, and everything on earth still honors that responsibility except us, the human beings. And at the beginning of time, the responsibility we were given was to love one another, to honor and respect all of creation, and to say thank you. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is thank creation for all that is here. And I ask you all to think what this world would be if all of creation decided they were no longer given the job that they were given. If the sun decided not to shine, and the trees decided to no longer grow, and the birds decided to no longer sing. And all we were asked is to thank them. So I ask you to bring your minds together as we do this. We thank Mother Earth for providing us with everything that we need to sustain us in our life. So be it in our minds. We thank the waters that pass on Mother Earth for providing us with what we need to keep us nourished and to keep us clean. We thank those fish beings and those turtle beings that live in those waters. We thank those herbs, those grasses, those medicines, those flowers. We thank them and we honor them. We thank those insect beings. We thank them for living and for clearing this earth for us and keeping it soft so we can plant. We thank that vegetation that grows, for they sustain us with our food. We thank those four-legged beings that still walk this earth. We thank those fruit beings that grow on Mother Earth. We thank the trees that provide us with the oxygen that we need. We thank those bird beings, those winged beings that fly above our heads and sing those beautiful songs. We thank those four winds that bring us those four seasons. We thank our grandfather, the thunders, who bring us those rains that fill our lakes, oceans, and streams. We thank those star beings that guide us during the night. We thank our grandmother, the moon, for still working with all the females on this land. We thank our brother, the sun, for still coming out each and every morning. And now we bring our minds back to that Creator and we thank Him for everything that He has left here on earth for us. This is as far as I can go with this prayer. So I leave it in your minds, since our minds are one, to remember everything that I have forgotten on earth and in Sky World in this prayer. So now, thank you very much. I was asked to do an honor song. And on this beautiful day when we honor all these beautiful sisters and daughters, mothers, grandmothers, and aunts. We pray for them. For those that we cannot find, we pray that one day we see them again. And for those who have passed on, we leave to Creator. May He bless them. We pray for their families, their friends, their neighbors, their children, their sisters, their brothers, their mothers, their fathers. And for this reason, I'm going to do a healing song, a medicine song, so that everyone's heart may begin to heal from all the pain that we've lived. So I wish everyone a very good day, and let us pray that the powers that are there today, finally open their hearts and their minds and their spirits, that something be done. We can't lose anymore. We've lost enough. Tonyawa.
Hi, my name is Chantal Henderson. I'm a member of Missing Justice.
Bonjour, Lauriane Fontaine, je suis membre de Femmes Autochtones du Québec.
We're honored everyone is here to join us in this march and vigil to honor missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Je voudrais remercier Cédelia pour ce chant extraordinaire qui fait battre le cœur. C'était magnifique.
It was a very powerful song. I just want to quickly just say a little about Missing Justice and who we are. Missing Justice is a Montreal-based grassroots collective that fights in solidarity with Indigenous families, activists, communities, and organizations to achieve justice for missing and murdered Indigenous women living in Quebec and the rest of Canada. We seek to promote community awareness and political action through popular education, direct action, and coalition building. All these in consultation with and in support of First Nations, families, activists, communities, and organizations. We acknowledge the direct links between violence against Indigenous women and First Nations struggles against land appropriation, assimilation, and poverty, all of which are enforced by the dominant notion that society must be founded on capital gain and patriarchal values. If you're interested in joining, you can email justiceformissing@gmail.com.
Donc, je vais vous faire juste une petite introduction de qu'est-ce que Femmes autochtones au Québec. Tout d'abord, je voudrais remercier les organisateurs de l'événement pour organiser cet événement depuis maintenant 10 ans. Un événement que Femmes autochtones au Québec appuie aussi également depuis 10 ans. Femmes autochtones au Québec est un organisme qui a maintenant 41 ans, donc ça fait 41 ans que nous représentons les femmes autochtones du Québec ainsi que celles qui vivent en milieu urbain. Donc nous faisons la promotion de tout ce qui concerne la santé, la non-violence, l'égalité des droits, la justice, tout ça dans le but de permettre aux femmes autochtones d'améliorer leurs conditions de vie et de les appuyer dans leurs efforts. Ensuite de ça, nous encourageons ces femmes-là à faire valoir leurs droits, donc nous les réclamons. Nous réclamons l'égalité de ces droits-là et nous encourageons les femmes dans ce processus-là. Nous encourageons également tout ce qui est... Pardon. La petite chanson de tout à l'heure m'a beaucoup bouleversée, donc j'ai un peu de misère à me contenir. Donc sur le plan politique, nous réclamons la reconnaissance du droit à l'égalité pour toutes les femmes autochtones sur le plan législatif et constitutionnel. Et à l'instar des Premières Nations, nous revendiquons l'autonomie gouvernementale tout en encourageant la participation des femmes autochtones. Femmes autochtones, nous travaillons avec les femmes, nous les appuyons et nous vous remercions également aujourd'hui d'être venus en si grand nombre. C'est beau de vous voir ici et en cette période électorale, c'est important de faire savoir en fait nos préoccupations par rapport à ces disparitions. Donc, merci.
I just want to acknowledge the reason I'm wearing red today is to acknowledge the Red Dress Project. It is a project bringing awareness about missing and murdered Indigenous women across Canada, and the red signifies the violence and the bloodshed regarding missing and murdered Indigenous women. So you see people wearing red, they are in support of this initiative. And I thank you all for joining us and wearing red. Our first speaker we have is Nakaset. She's from the Native Woman Shelter of Montreal.
Is this close enough? Okay. Hi. I just came back from a conference in Edmonton about missing and murdered Aboriginal women. So anyone across Canada who's been doing work in this field came together to discuss solutions. And what I learned was it's this type of gathering that brings solutions. When the government wouldn't listen to us, when the police wouldn't listen to us, it was these types of gatherings. So I just want to acknowledge Missing Justice for putting this on today. My name is Maguseta. I'm the Executive Director of the Native Women's Shelter and the co-chair of the Montreal Urban Aboriginal Community Strategy Network. We're also, I guess, a grassroots initiative. We've been doing a lot of work here in Montreal, specifically right now with Cabot Square. So as you see, the park has been revitalized. But what's been really great is that we've had a lot of culturally appropriate celebrations this summer, that the community now feels a little bit more comfortable coming here, but the work is not over. Rachel Deutsch is doing an enormous amount of work in this field. We're going to be doing some restorative practice still with the community. We have the Vespasian that has outreach workers here, always. Even in the wintertime, we're not closing. There's always going to be a place for Aboriginal people and non-Aboriginal people to go to. I'd just also like to acknowledge that the YMCA has also been helping on this front, as well as the Borough of Ville-Marie and our police officers. We've been meeting with them quite regularly. Talking about the police, on June 25th, on behalf of the network, I signed an agreement saying that we would have 4 goals on helping Aboriginal people with the relationship with the police. One of those goals is creating a protocol on missing and murdered Aboriginal women here in Montreal. And what was great was by going to this conference in Edmonton, I was able to bring the work that we have done and pass it on to them to see where we're missing anything. And apparently we're doing really, really good, because all I got were funding sources on how to create this initiative to keep going. What we want to do is soon hire an Aboriginal person that would be the go-to person. So if someone is missing in Montreal, they would call this person and say someone's missing. And then they would call all the community organizations and the hospitals. And then they would call the families. They would find out what they're wearing. They would create a file and then bring it to the police. And then they would make sure that the police followed up. Did you call the family? Did you reach out? So this is what we're planning on doing. On a couple of weeks ago, oh, and can I just say that this is Rachel Deutsch, Chantal Henderson, Wayne Robinson, Zena Cohen, Alan Gull, who am I missing? Myself? Is that it? Okay, good. These are the people that are working on this initiative. We're working on this protocol. We've been meeting almost every single week. They've been working so incredibly hard, and I just want to acknowledge them because we are so moving forward with this position. Now, the mayor of Montreal said that he wanted to help with this initiative. He announced it publicly about 2 weeks ago at the Homelessness Forum. So, Mr. Mayor, I'm coming to you for some money because we need another $10,000 to make this happen. Thank you so much. I forgot Alana Boileau. I'm so sorry. Alana Boileau is like the key force in this, and I was just with her in Edmonton. So I'm sorry, Alana. Love you. Okay.
Donc, merci beaucoup. Et on inviterait maintenant Alice Le Petit de la Fédération des Femmes du Québec.
Bonjour, merci. Donc, mon nom est Alice Le Petit, je travaille à la Fédération des Femmes du Québec et pour la Marche mondiale des femmes au Québec. Je voudrais commencer par remercier le collectif Missing Justice qui organise à chaque année depuis 10 ans une vigile et une marche à Montréal. Une vigile qui permet de continuer de se mobiliser et de dénoncer l'invisibilité de l'histoire de ces femmes autochtones. Et je tiens à souligner leur travail énorme. Je voudrais aussi remercier Femmes Autochtones au Québec qui a fait un énorme travail ces dernières années pour renseigner aussi cette réalité-là au Québec, montrer que c'est une situation qui existe et qui a une ampleur énorme ici aussi, pas seulement dans le reste du Canada, et qui a fait un énorme travail pour sensibiliser le mouvement des femmes et les féministes non autochtones pour qu'elles se mobilisent sur ces enjeux de façon plus importante et plus massive. J'ai entendu Viviane Michel, présidente de Femmes Autochtones au Québec, dire à plusieurs reprises ces dernières semaines que 1186 femmes autochtones équivaut en nombre à 8000 femmes québécoises, à 30 000 femmes canadiennes. On peut se demander si on peut imaginer un tel silence de nos médias, une telle inaction de nos gouvernements si l'on annonçait la disparition et l'assassinat de 8 000 femmes québécoises ou encore de 30 000 femmes canadiennes? Probablement pas. Pourtant, c'est ce que représentent en nombre ces 1186 femmes autochtones disparues et assassinées. Ces femmes sont invisibilisées parce qu'elles sont des femmes et parce qu'elles sont autochtones. L'impunité ici est à mettre en lien avec le silence entourant la violence faite aux femmes dans notre société, mais aussi et surtout le silence entourant l'histoire de la colonisation et de ses effets. La situation des femmes autochtones disparues et assassinées illustre de façon dramatique les effets d'une histoire coloniale qui sont encore bien présents dans notre société aujourd'hui. Cette histoire coloniale du Québec et du Canada est marquée par une tentative de destruction des cultures, des langues et des institutions autochtones, l'appropriation des terres et des ressources des communautés, le retrait massif des enfants autochtones de leurs familles et communautés avec le système des pensionnats. Cette histoire a des impacts, bien évidemment, sur les liens culturels, familiaux et affectifs au sein des communautés et a déstructuré la place et le bien-être des femmes dans leur propre communauté. Beaucoup de femmes autochtones se retrouvent en dehors de leur communauté, connaissent des situations d'itinérance ou de grande pauvreté, et elles deviennent alors des cibles faciles et sont beaucoup plus exposées aux violences à la fois sexistes, racistes et colonialistes. C'est pourquoi on ne peut pas comprendre la situation des femmes autochtones disparues et assassinées sans tenir compte des causes qui sont éminemment structurelles et historiques à la racine du problème, et sans tenir compte non plus des violences systémiques exercées encore aujourd'hui à l'endroit des communautés autochtones pour tenter d'effacer leur histoire, leur culture et leur lutte. Dans ce contexte-là, nous avons la responsabilité de nous mobiliser en tant que féministes, autochtones et non autochtones, en travaillant en alliance et en solidarité avec les femmes autochtones pour faire en sorte que nos États prennent leurs responsabilités. Contrairement à une simple étude, une commission d'enquête pourra servir d'outil pour s'assurer que le gouvernement écoute les familles et les communautés touchées, mette la lumière sur les causes véritables de ce phénomène-là et écoute les groupes de femmes autochtones pour mettre à exécution les solutions qu'elles proposent, qui sont adaptées à leur réalité et à leurs besoins. Avant de terminer, je souhaiterais vous dire un mot sur les mobilisations en cours au Québec dans le cadre de la Marche mondiale des femmes. En ce moment, la Marche mondiale des femmes constitue un espace important de création et de renforcement de solidarité entre femmes autochtones et non autochtones dans l'action. Depuis le 24 septembre et jusqu'au 17 octobre prochain, les militantes de la Marche sont en action partout au Québec comme dans plus de 80 pays dans le monde, sous le thème « Libérons nos corps, notre terre et nos territoires ». Ce thème vise à montrer comment le contrôle du corps des femmes procède d'une même logique finalement que l'exploitation de la terre et des ressources naturelles et d'une même logique que le contrôle des territoires dans un contexte de colonisation. Ce thème est au cœur des luttes des femmes autochtones pour qui la défense des droits des femmes est intrinsèquement liée à la défense du bien-être de leur communauté et à la défense de la terre et des territoires où elles vivent. Elles sont les gardiennes, les guerrières et les gardiennes de la terre, des territoires, elles transmettent les cultures et les langues. C'est pourquoi, aujourd'hui, comme le 4 octobre 2014, l'an dernier, la marche a appelé l'ensemble des militantes à se joindre ou à co-organiser des vigiles à l'occasion du 4 octobre, partout au Québec. Hier, des vigiles avaient lieu à Rimouski, à Trois-Pistoles, à Annecy, à Montjoly, dans le Bas-Saint-Laurent. Aujourd'hui, en ce moment même, des vigiles sont en cours à Sherbrooke, aux îles de la Madeleine, à Lebel-sur-Quévillon dans le nord du Québec, à La Tuque, à Odanak ou encore sur la Côte-Nord. La marche terminera ses actions le 17 octobre prochain à Trois-Rivières, une journée d'action à laquelle plus de 10 000 personnes sont attendues. Et à cette occasion, on organisera un immense die-in de 1186 femmes pour poser un véritable geste de solidarité en commémoration avec les femmes autochtones disparues et assassinées. L'ensemble de ces actions vise bien sûr à appeler à la tenue d'une commission d'enquête nationale, à dénoncer l'indifférence, mais aussi à engager les féministes plus concrètement dans la lutte pour la décolonisation. Merci.
Toujours en direct de la vigile et manifestation pour les femmes indigènes
Merci
disparues
beaucoup, Alice.
ou assassinées.
Donc, pour la prochaine personne qui va venir parler, on inviterait Mélissa Mollen-Dupuis du mouvement Idle No More.
Oui, bonjour. Mélissa Moulin-Dupuis, je suis de la nation Innu. Je tiens en premier à remercier la nation Mohawk de nous recevoir sur leur territoire. C'est tristement la 10e année qu'on fait cette vigile-là, mais c'est aussi heureusement la 10e année que Missing Justice, que tous les groupes qui se sont joints pour parler des femmes assassinées et disparues sont encore ici, n'ont pas lâché le bâton. Maya, merci, ça fait 10 ans que je te suis, puis au début, moi, je vous regardais organiser, puis maintenant, vous me donnez la parole, fait que merci beaucoup pour ce que vous faites depuis 10 ans. Là, je voudrais au moins leur donner une main pour ça, récemment. 10 ans, c'est long. Il y a 10 ans, j'ai vu certains des enfants qui aujourd'hui portent des pancartes être dans des poussettes, poussées par leur maman. En 10 ans, moi, je suis nouvellement maman. Et ce qui est triste, c'est que présentement, ben justement, c'est une fille que j'ai. Et quand elle est née, je me suis dit, mon Dieu, elle est née fille au Canada. Elle a 15% plus de chances d'être victime ou de mourir d'une agression, que ce soit physique ou sexuelle, juste parce qu'elle est née femme et autochtone au Québec et au Canada. Je pense que si ça fait 10 ans qu'on le demande, en plus, en temps d'élection, on ne devrait pas être en train de se battre contre des dérives sur le niqab. On devrait être en train de mettre la cause des femmes autochtones assassinées et disparues au devant des médias. On ne devrait pas être en train de demander au gouvernement de, s'il vous plaît, pouvez-vous faire une commission d'enquête? Ça devrait être un devoir qui devrait avoir été accompli depuis plus de 10 ans. Moi, j'espère sincèrement que ce serait la dernière année qu'on va marcher ensemble pour demander une commission d'enquête. J'espère que les filles, les femmes qui sont ici vont avoir la chance que la prochaine fois qu'on se rencontre, ce soit pour un power, pour un rassemblement, pour se rencontrer dans des organismes qui promouvent la culture, qui promouvent les événements, mais pas besoin qu'on se rencontre seulement quand c'est temps de parler de nous parce qu'on ne veut pas disparaître. Je ne veux plus avoir à vous rencontrer dans un moment où est-ce qu'on demande encore de l'aide. Je veux vous rencontrer dans le quotidien. Je veux que vous nous voyez dans les médias, pas seulement parce qu'on bloque des routes pour demander de l'attention, pour qu'on demande qu'on ne meure plus à cause que Harper, s'il disparaît, là, les élections vont arriver, là, s'il disparaît, ok, il va disparaître. Mais Harper, c'est juste un symptôme, parce qu'on va rester avec le même Canada qui a créé cette situation-là pour les femmes assassinées disparues. Ça va être la même chose qui va se reproduire si on ne continue pas, puis si on n'oblige pas justement le prochain groupe élu à respecter ses promesses, à avoir cette commission d'enquête-là, puis à mettre vraiment la lumière sur les sujets qui sont importants. Parce qu'on ne peut pas bâtir un Canada ou un Québec juste si c'est pour mettre son pied sur la tête des femmes qui disparaissent, la tête des femmes les plus pauvres, les plus à risque dans leur pays, pour pouvoir se sortir la tête de l'eau. Il faut que ça se fasse tous ensemble. Donc j'espère que cette année, c'est la dernière marche qu'on va faire. Et j'espère que l'année prochaine, quand on va se rencontrer, c'est pour célébrer justement le gain qu'on va avoir fait, puis qu'on va avoir une commission à célébrer l'année prochaine. Fait que, merci beaucoup, puis on se voit l'année prochaine.
Thank you, Melissa. That's a great speech. Next, we'd like to call up member of Missing Murdered Woman, Cheryl McDonald Darrell.
Hi, my name is Cheryl McDonald, and I'm a Mohawk as well, so I welcome you here today. I could speak a lot and go on for hours about my sister, but in 1988, she was 25, and she had 3 children, and she left my parents' home in the middle of the night, and she never came back. Me and my sisters in Genesadage, we rushed to Aguzasne to be with our parents because we knew she was depressed. We knew that her heart was broken. She was no longer with the father of her children.
And she was also dealing with addictions and hung around with people that we didn't know anything about really. And so we got there and we immediately started searching for her. We knew she had to be somewhere, but we couldn't find her. And I joined this family, not by choice, but I can see here today that I lost a sister, but I seem to have gained so much more sisters in this audience, and brothers too from all nations. And I just want to acknowledge that you're here today with me, and that behind me are other family members who I've met across these lands that we call Turtle Island. And I've heard their stories, and I've shared tears with them, and they were my voice when I didn't have one, and I'm their voice today. We really gotta, you know, it took me 27 years to really stand here and say that I'm part of this family. For years I denied it. And the more and more I started to see these marches across Canada, and I wondered, you know, geez, my sister was missing, and 7 weeks later we found her body, but we still had all this pain and anger and fear and questions that never went answered. And we questioned, you know, the professional resources that were around at the time in 1988, which was hardly anything really. And it was really just, you know, peeling off that layer of shame really that I carried, you know, thinking that she wanted to end her life. Was she murdered? Perhaps, if she did that. And so that's what brought me to this realization. It was the Native women and the Stand With Me healing gathering that they gave that led me also to Manitoba with Wiping Away the Tears, where I participated, and I got my first eagle feather. And I can't tell you enough how much healing we need to bring to our sisters and our families and the children that are left behind. Only we can heal each other. And I really believe that, you know, if I'm an example today, that our voice is getting stronger, it's getting louder, and our families are growing. It's including police officers and politicians and our own leaders and our own professionals. And it's amazing. So I don't want to go on, because I could, if you know me. I could go on, but I couldn't think of a better place for me to come out today, here in Montreal, the land of my ancestors. And we're still here, and we have other nations living with us too, and we want all women and young girls to know that there's someone out there that they can reach out to, that there are places that they can go when they don't feel safe, or they want to share and they don't want to be judged. But as Nekaset said, Nekaset, you're brilliant, and things are coming to Montreal, but they're going to echo across this country, I have no doubt today. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing. We'd like to invite up our last speaker for the first part of the march, and then we'll start the march after. Ellen Gabriel.
Sagawat Konoratus. Tsagos na yun sa tanogin ako. Wakit Konoratus na nang sugwaitis o tano, katsat sa sarasa o yera. Wakit Konoratus sa gweko kitawaner. Wakit Konoratus niyo ko sa del, you know, to sa daranis, naki sa misarada, adatawatas, sa kanya gonigura. I want to thank you all for coming here, and to Cheryl. We didn't get a chance to see you, but Nyawa for your there you are. Nyawa for your words. It's so good to see you now to come out and talk strongly and proudly for your sister and your family. 10 years ago, a young man started these vigils. They're called Belkars. I want to acknowledge him. He's somewhere in the crowd, and he'll be speaking later on. So he started these vigils. There was 20 people. There's 20 of us at a candlelight vigil, so it's really heartening to see how many people have come. And to Missing Justice for continuing this organization, and for all the people that you don't see behind the scenes. All the Indigenous women who have been working so hard to protect our families, and the men who stand beside us. This is not a new issue. It's not going to go away as long as colonization continues, as long as there are people like Stephen Harper, Jean Chrétien, Paul Martin, all those guys. They contributed to this problem because it's all been about a land grab. And it's all about denying Indigenous people what everybody else gets, which is respect for your rights, which is justice, which is freedom. Indigenous people have only wanted a peaceful coexistence. We've only wanted to be your allies, your friends, and to have our rights respected, and it's not been respected. And so the next party, whoever gets in, and those two others have had their chance, but whoever gets in, we need to push, not just for the inquiry, which is also important, but the root causes, the resource and industrialization of this society that legitimizes land theft and marginalizes and targets the most vulnerable groups in our society, which are children and women. And then feminists need to understand that while we stand beside you as your sisters, our situation is a little bit different because we have a history of colonization and oppression in this country, in this continent, in this side of Turtle Island that is not going away. It's not just about being a woman. It's about being an Indigenous person, an Indigenous human being. And how long do we have to ask you to get educated so that you understand what is going on in your country? How long do we have to ask for justice and freedom? It's enough now. And those of you who are here are evidence of that you want justice for the people on whose land your houses, your children go to school in, your institutions are on. We need more than just an inquiry. We need to get people educated that violence is not acceptable. We need that in our homes. We need to teach our children. We need to teach that to judges, to the police. And it's a reality that doesn't seem to go away because we are not educating enough people on the very root causes of this, which is the denial of Indigenous people's self-determination, the denial of our human rights, the denial of justice within a system that is created to dispossess us, within a system that denies our rights as human beings. So you as the voters, you as the constituents, you have heard today the work that's being done. But you have to push your politicians. You have to push those people who take an oath to their offices as professionals, like the lawyers, like the doctors, like the police officers, to also push for it within their own institutions. And we need to make changes, and we need to do it yesterday. And there's no political party that I can see that really wants to change. And how can they change in such a corrupt system? How can they change something when Indigenous people are viewed as less than legitimate to have our rights respected? Violence is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. Violence is because people fear what they do not know, because they don't feel good enough inside, and because they don't know any ways of expression. And so you need to teach your children how to express themselves in a peaceful and thoughtful way, in a respectful way. And we need to have that from the media. Don't just put us as the flash, a 3-second flash in the media, but educate your public. You have a responsibility as well as media. And for those of you who are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, teachers, nurses, doctors, lawyers, whatever you are, make sure, as Melissa said, that this is the last year that we ask for an inquiry, that next year at this time, an inquiry will be done, led by the families who have been affected, led by Indigenous women, Indigenous peoples and their families, side by side with you. For those of you who seek justice, real justice. and real reconciliation, which involves restitution. Restitution for those who have never had justice before. And I don't care about your constitution. Your constitution was done without our free, prior, and informed consent. And we are nations. And we shouldn't have to blockade roads to get your attention. We shouldn't have to do these vigils. It's a beautiful sunny day. We should be with our families. Life is not so long that we take advantage of a sunny day. We should be proud of who we are as human beings. And let's get justice for our missing and murdered women, no matter who you are, no matter what race they come from. But in particular, the indigenous women upon whose nations are being attacked every single day by your policies, your government's policies, by your legislation, and by the racism that continues to plague us as human beings. And I want to thank everybody for coming here. I hope we have a good march, and elect somebody who's smart enough to see the real picture and who can work with you all to change this corrupt system that isn't going to change no matter who gets in. I appreciate you all for coming here. I love Mother Earth, and I love all our relations who have just as much right to live in a free and democratic world as we as human beings. So nyauko to the organizers, nyauko to all the prayers, and to you all. Nyauko sa Unisarate and Sinizariohak. I hope you all have a good day and good march.
We want to do thank you to everyone who has agreed to speak. Start with the Center for Gender Advocacy, Missing Justice, and Quebec Native Women for organizing this march. We'd like to thank Occupy Montreal for the speaker system and the numerous volunteers that were involved. Before we start the march, we have a security marshal, Chad Diago is coordinating it. He can be found here on the side. If you want to be a marshal for the march, he will give you a badge with a paw on it to help keep everyone, safe.
Donc, vous pouvez vous préparer si vous voulez pour la marche. Et comme juste pour répéter ce qu'elle vient de dire pour en français, pour ceux qui comprennent pas nécessairement l'anglais, on a quelqu'un qui s'occupe de la sécurité. Donc, on peut le retrouver juste ici avec des espèces de pattes sur ses bras. Donc, si vous voulez aider pour la sécurité, vous pouvez aller le voir, il va vous donner ces petits ressorts pour les bras pour la marche. Donc, vous pouvez commencer à vous rassembler pour débuter la marche et merci beaucoup encore pour d'être ici avec nous.
Alors, on est toujours en direct du rassemblement et de la marche pour les femmes disparues et assassinées sur les ondes de 99media.org. We are still live from the vigil and demo for the missing and murdered Indigenous women on 99media.org. Ça s'appelle le carré.
Those who want to bring posters, you can come and get them in the front. We have to bring them. We cannot save them here. So bring it. You can come and pick some posters in the front and you can leave them at the arrival. Thank you.
Aucune idée, c'est qui. C'est elle qui va sortir Gilles. Je sais, t'es chez nous. Alors, on va aller se placer pour le début de la marche. So I'm gonna move to the street corner for the beginning of the walk. Les véhicules du SPVM qui s'installent en tête. Pardon. toi?
Ouais, pas si pire.
Pas plus de jaser tout à l'heure, je suis en train de jaser.
Non, c'est correct.
Ah ouais, là. C'est mon nouveau joujou, moi. 16 300. Fini, changement.
Je peux-tu te voler une top? J'essaie d'arrêter de fumer, mais...
J'essaie d'arrêter de fumer, mais il en bombe une.
En fait, j'arrête d'en acheter.
Donc là, t'es en train de coller ça live. Alors, c'est parti pour la marche pour les femmes autochtones disparues ou assassinées sur les ondes de 99médias.org. The demo has now started. Ste-Catherine heading east. Tu dirais?
Je dirais 300, 400.
400?
Ouais. Regarde là-bas.
Ouais, ben attends, il y a encore du monde dans le parc, fait que... Parce que dans le parc, il y avait l'air de n'avoir en masse, pareil.
500 personnes.
Faut que je me poigne un point de vue puis je fasse le parc.
Ouais.
Regarde, vois-tu, là, c'est en plein ça, je m'évite, moi. Fini le changement de lentille. 16, plus wide que la moyenne, 300. J'en ai plus d'autres. Je pète cette lentille-là, je suis fait. Oh ouais, ben c'est export, hein? T'as voulu me bonne cigarette, sûrement.
Ça m'a pris du temps, que là, je commence à faire 3
Puis son lit, tu veux
So they chose you because it was
Je te donnais un peu plus de...
Okay, yeah, understand. That's what's happened to lesbians and gay men.
Yeah.